Morning, folks. Welcome back to Coffee with Simon. Yeah, and I need a coffee this morning. It's still early. Sun's just about to come up. And I've won. I've beaten the day. I'm up and out before dawn, and I'm here to enjoy the beautiful scenery. I can't rate it more highly. Don't let life just fritter away. Time is precious. Make precious memories. Get out into the countryside and enjoy it. It's beautiful. Where are we today? So today we're in North Wales. We're at Moston Dairy. We're near Prestatyn, Talaca, that sort of area. I was around here recently, actually. I was a little inland, a little way, for filming for a run up Mulvama. I think I mentioned that last time. And yeah, beautiful spot. Anyway, today we're here to meet Hadyn's Mini Adventures. He's a subscriber and YouTuber and an all-round top bloke from what I can tell. He suggested meeting here, so he'll tell us all about it. And he's offered to film for us today, so hopefully we're going to get some beautiful views when he films for us. Now that video will it'll come straight to Patreon, but and I guess it'll come to you in 6-8 weeks time. So yeah, while I've got you, I suppose now's a good time to talk about what is coming up on the channel. So let's start with YouTube next week. We're heading down to Downs Banks in Staffordshire. I have a sit by the stream because when I filmed that, I really was quite poorly. I couldn't walk more than a few yards at the time. But we talk about alcohol. Drinking alcohol from the perspective of someone who's on a low-carb diet, and why I've given up, and some of my coping mechanisms. I hope it's a thought-provoking piece which will make you think about your relationship with alcohol. Okay, so what else have we got coming up? Right, so let's talk about the most recent stuff, I guess. Where have I been recently? I headed over to North Staffordshire this week and did a leisure drive. Obviously, I can't walk or run right now, so all I can do is go and show you the beautiful countryside by car. But what a spot. We head over to the Roaches and around that part of the world. I won't spoil it for you. We'll talk more about that closer to the time. So that's out on Patreon right now. And again, I don't know, it's 6 weeks, something like that, before you get it. Maybe 8 weeks. I don't know. I'm not quite sure on timings these days. So that's that. Where else have I been? Yeah, so the other place I've been filming in the last week or so is over at Teg's Nose near Macclesfield. That was beautiful. It was a bit windy, caught a stunning sunrise. We were with our guest runner, Jason, and he ran for us down a short section of the Gritstone Trail and then down through Sutton to pick up the Macclesfield Canal. That one's a Patreon exclusive. Here's just a tiny snippet of that. The views are absolutely stunning. Look at this, looking out over the Cheshire Plain, out towards Jodrell Bank. Yeah, so if you fancy that, head over to Patreon and subscribe. I say I am heartened that if I don't manage to grow this, I will eventually run out of money and have to stop. But I have to say a big hello to the new Patreon subscribers. There's David, Paul, John, Sam in the last few weeks who've subscribed. Thank you so much for supporting us. I couldn't do it without you, I really couldn't. So, yeah, if you'd like to help out, go check out Patreon. More and more of the content is going to be locked away behind there, I'm afraid, because otherwise I will run out of money, have to stop, and then nobody will get any content. So I have to paywall some of it, I'm afraid. Let's just have a quick look now at some of the stuff that is available just for Patreon subscribers. How's about that for a kissing gate? So you can get through on your horse. Right then, should we go and have a look? Okay, I think I'm just going to have a quick walk around and look at the sunrise. Hadyn should be here any time. Okay, and here we are with Hadyn.
Yeah,
pleased to meet you, mate.
Andy, Simon.
So let's start off with the how people find you. So you're on YouTube?
Yeah, YouTube, Hadyn's Mini Adventures.
Yeah. Are you on social?
I'm on Facebook, yeah. That's I think you can get Hadyn's Mini Adventures on that, or Hadyn Johnson on my own. It's Hadyn, because nobody spells it right. But yeah, you'll find me on there. I'm not on Twitter or Instagram or any of those. Probably should be, but I'm not. So
well, I don't know. Instagram and Threads for sharing this sort of beautiful scenery. I tell you,
it would be good, wouldn't it? Yeah,
stunning.
Yeah. I do put a bit out on Facebook and say on Hadyn's Mini Adventures. Yeah, a lot of shorts on there. A lot of shorts, a lot of scenery, animals, pets. Yeah, nature basically, and a bit of running as well. Yeah,
well, that's it. I love watching the little clips. It's just like a slice of your life, really. A slice of country life. Yeah. And I like the Mini, because I used to have a Mini myself. I can tell you a few tales, how many times the brakes all failed and having to try and stop with the gears and the handbrake.
Yeah. Brakes being an optional extra.
Yeah, they were just they weren't fitted as standard, were they?
No, definitely not. No, there's the classic Mini. Yeah, there's a bit of that on there.
And of course, there's Charlie. The superstar.
17-year-old indestructible superstar. So, yeah, you could do a whole channel about Charlie, really.
I think you could, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's probably a thing that will happen eventually.
Couldn't get him out of bed this morning, so
never mind. So tell us a bit about yourself. Where are you brought up and raised then?
I was brought up and raised in Tattenhall, near Chester out there.
Beautiful, yeah. I mean, I've filmed around there and Beeston Castle and Bunbury and all around there. It's absolutely beautiful countryside around there.
Yeah, lovely place, yeah. So, yeah, I was brought up there. My dad was from Kelsall originally, like Simon.
Yeah.
Mum was brought up around Tatton Hall. And then, yeah, I was born in 73, so, yeah, I went to the primary school there, high school at Malpas. Used to do the paper round in Tatton Hall, then the milk round in Tatton Hall whilst I was at school, and became the postman in the 90s.
Yeah.
And I'm still the postman now, so it's been 27 years on the same round. So milk round, paper round, or paper round, milk round, post round. I don't know what comes next, but retirement maybe. So yeah.
I don't know. So I think it's a good job, postie, really, because
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of people, they live on their own, and their only real contact with the outside world is the postie. You're their
Yeah.
best mate, probably.
Yeah, a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of the people I've known over the years. Especially when you go out into the really deep rurals, which sometimes I do around Bursley and Broxton, Huxley, out there, Brown Knoll, all these places. You are sometimes the only person that they see, on those days. And it is nice that you have so much trust and respect. It does, yeah. It's quite unique really these days in a job that you can walk up someone's path and no one bats an eyelid, and
No, that's right.
It is, yeah, old school really. Yeah, it's
Pillar of the community.
yeah, yeah.
But you're not actually living in Tatton Hall now. You're over here.
Yeah, there's a long way from Tatton Hall really. My wife's from Prestatyn. So,
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, she's from Prestatyn.
Well, I've got the same thing. I married a girl from Sandbach, so I have to live in Sandbach. I'm not allowed to live in Kelsall.
No.
Not that I could
It's
live
too
in
expensive.
Kelsall unless we get about 3.5 million subscribers, something about.
Yeah, keep going, keep going. We'll do it. 1 million after today, so yeah.
So, so you've moved over here.
Yeah, I moved to Prestatyn. I think it was 2000. I moved out of Tatton Hall. It was a historic thing when I moved out of Tatton Hall because I don't think my wife thought I'd ever move out, and that was 2009.
Yeah.
We got married 2010, and then we lived in Prestatyn for I think till a couple of years ago. But we always wanted to move to the countryside, and we're only like 5 miles from Prestatyn now. But it's beautiful out here, and
It really is.
and we love it here in the village where we are. So we've got the beach 5 mile down the road. A55 is 2 or 3 miles up the other way. And fields all around us, ideal for running, walking.
So it's a perfect spot for running and walking.
This is it. So we love it, and I commute back into to Chester where the office is, and then deliver to Tatton Hall. But it is a lot of driving, and I don't know if I'll carry on doing it forever. That I might, eventually get a transfer to an office that's a bit closer.
Yes.
It would make sense the way.
You could be the postie of there.
Yeah, that would be nice.
There.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, that could happen. It maybe happen. Yeah. Spoiler alert, that might happen. Yeah.
And so you tell us how you got into running, what you enjoy about the countryside.
Yeah.
What is it about that does it for you?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to like sprinting was my thing. Yeah, I was much more of a sprinter. The 100 metres or 70 metres at primary school, I absolutely loved that, and I was quite good at sprinting at the Heber at Malpas.
Yeah.
And we did cross country, which was sometimes round the school grounds or into Malpas and back, which normally an excuse to go to the newsagents and get a Mars bar or something when we were out at school. But at the end of a cross country, I generally feel sick. So because of the distance, I'd really struggle at the end of it.
I always remember that at school. They always used to make us do cross country.
Yeah.
Immediately after lunch.
Yeah, so rumbling inside.
And then they'd be there whipping you.
Yeah.
And you're like there with a massive stitch in real pain. I mean, it just didn't.
No, it's not
wasn't very
conducive, is
clever,
it?
really.
No, it's probably the worst time to do it, isn't it?
Well, they're trying to put you off running.
Yeah, and it worked on long distance. It did put me off really, because I love doing the sprinting, and when I left school I wanted to carry on running, but just doing sprinting at, say, an athletics club, and someone said to me there's one at Wrexham I could go to, but I didn't get round to doing it, and I got out of doing it, and I did the odd fun run. I remember as a teenager around Tatton Hall when they used to organise just these fun runs in the village, but I never really did anything more than 5 kilometres or 3 miles, so I didn't do it. And then I got into Tatton Hall Runners back in, it would be about the turn of the millennium, around 2000. I just thought it was something good to do, so I got into them, and I was a member of them for about 5 years. I was never like one of the really good runners there. I just used to go along like the social thing, and we used to do running around the lanes. We did some Delmere Forest. We did the Border League races. Yeah, it is lovely up there. Border League races. We did the Sandstone Trail race. There's two of them. We did the half marathon one from Beeston Castle.
That's cracking. I mean, I ran that in a day. That was.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is. That's some doing in a day.
Well, it was a bit of a march towards the end, to be fair.
Yeah, towards Whitchurch, that one.
And then I got into Whitchurch, and then I was getting hypothermic because the sun was going down. I didn't realise I was getting cold.
Yeah.
But one of the most popular videos on the channel.
There's 3 of those, isn't there? I think the Sandstone Trail.
Yeah, because I figured putting it in one video.
Yeah, it'd be too long.
Would be too long.
It's good how it's over 3 videos because each is a certain area, isn't it? So you can, concentrate on a certain area. So I did those, and then I moved up to Prestatyn, and I became a member of Prestatyn Running Club. And I enjoyed it. Again, not a fast runner, but we used to do the Borders League, which we did at Tatton Hall.
Yeah.
And it was the place you would go into. What I really enjoyed, because I have a couple of friends from work who used to go running with quite a lot. And we enjoyed like the camaraderie of it.
Yeah.
Go into places. I mean, these Border League races, we would go in around North Wales and some on the Wirral, New Brighton and whatnot. But I enjoyed that. And then
Wetherspoons Tourism.
Yeah, Wetherspoons Tourism. Yeah, there's a nice Wetherspoons at New Brighton there on the front we went to, yeah. Like an Art Deco place, I think that one is.
Yeah.
But we did those, and then I was just pottering along doing it, and then I got the phone call one night from me, I think it's my dad rang us to say, I just wondered what it was, and one of Fiona's uncle wasn't very well in hospital at the time, so we thought it was a phone call in the middle of the night from the hospital.
Yeah,
something had happened, yeah. And it was my dad ringing up saying my brother had passed away suddenly at work. Completely unexpected. He was only 43. He had a pulmonary
embolism.
Pulmonary embolism. And he was fit as a fiddle, really. We were getting married, me and Fiona, in July of that year, and he passed away in April. He was going to be the best man. It was,
Well, it's a bit of a wake up, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah. And running became like a way of getting out in the fresh air and, coping with things, getting mindfulness, basically. Yeah,
I've been... I enjoy mindfulness. And I'm actually reading a really good book at the moment. I'm reading... what's it called? Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. And I must admit, I really like that. I really connect with that sort of Stoic philosophy stuff of mindfulness and not letting... I'll talk about it some more at some other point, actually.
I know what you mean, though.
But it's, getting out into the countryside, it just...
It does it, doesn't it?
It's I don't know, you can't put it into words what it is, really.
No.
But it's special. Good for you around here as well, because you've got plenty of hills, so...
Yeah, that's it. You
compared
get out
with Tatton Hall.
Yeah, which is fairly flat unless you get up to Bowesley up there, but yeah, it's ideal, and you get out there. I mean, I used to go out with earphones on, all that business back in the day. Don't do any of that now. I mean, I might have a camera sometimes, but I just go out and
listen to the birds.
And then there's ducks. The ducks down the way, the cows, all the rest of it. But when my brother passed away, I did the run. I carried on, and then it was a few years after that. I was just drinking along, doing a bit here and there, and then 2014, one of my wife's colleagues said they were after people for the British Lung Foundation to run.
Yeah.
So my wife's a respiratory nurse, and they work a lot with the British Lung Foundation. As it was, it has a different name now, but they work with that. And there was places for London, you had to raise a certain amount. I think I had to raise £1,750 to get in. Anyway, I said, oh, well, give it. And it just, something I'd always watched as a kid, the London Marathon on the TV, the music at the beginning, and it grabs you. I'd never done a marathon or anything like that. I'd never done, I think a half was the most I'd done, and I think I'd maybe done one by then. 10K, a couple of 10Ks. I thought, right, I'll do it. But I was lucky because I got to find out that I got a place in the Team Breathe, it was called, for Lung Foundation. Basically about 12 months before the marathon, so I had plenty of time to build up to it. So what I did was, the first thing I thought, right, I'm going to go for it. I'll get the money that I'm hopefully going to raise. And cracked on, did the Mersey Tunnel 10K, and that was the start of a year of build-ups to it, doing 10Ks, half marathons all around the area. A couple of friends, Alan and Paul, they did them with me. Didn't do the marathon, although Paul has done London 5 or 6 times now. He's a real veteran of it. So we got out, we did that, and I managed to raise £6,119 in the end. A lot of generous people on the round, a lot in the village and at work. So because I was thinking I was going to have to do car boot sales, packing bags at supermarkets, all sorts, We didn't. I just put on Facebook that was doing the London Marathon in a memory of my brother, British Young Foundation Just Giving page. I had an old school sponsorship form in the Tatnall Post Office. People on the round were giving me money, and it just came flooding in.
It's marvellous.
So yeah, £6,000. We did London, 2015. Actually, did London, and then I've done Chester Marathon twice and Manchester Marathon twice after it, and then numerous like Run Wales ones, Conway half, Flintshire. Real.
So you gave more into the race?
Load to the races, yeah. And then it'd been on and off for it since, obviously, when the lockdown came in, it changed. Didn't do so much then. But I have spells like the last couple of years I haven't been doing so much because my mum wasn't well. Yeah. My dad's not well at the moment. We had a couple of other bereavements in the family. Fiona lost her parents, passed away as well. So we've had so much going on that it changed it. So the YouTube channel came along. Yeah. Basically in about October last year as a release, a way of trying to get back into running, but mindfulness again.
I find it's an enabler.
Yeah.
I mean, with the running, I love running and getting out into the countryside, and I love exploring new places. I've always loved that. But having the YouTube channel means I can say to the wife, I'm just popping to North Wales, we'll be back at lunchtime.
Yeah.
And there's no...
No, you can just do it, can't you?
I can just go and do it, and I can go and explore all these beautiful new places.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing, isn't it? That's the reason why back in the day, me, Paul and Alan used to do the races. We did some in Manchester, did the Salford 10K, we did the Manchester halves, we've done some in Warrington, English halves, Birchwood, all around there. They were like days out, we go out in the morning, I'd say to Fiona, right, we're going to do this race, and she said, oh, you must be mad getting up for this time doing this, but you go and do it.
Suck the marrow out of life, make the most of the day.
Definitely. I mean, like, today. So many people in bed now are missing all this, and it's beautiful. So it's a mindfulness thing, really, and...
Any more races coming up?
Yeah, I want to do maybe the Flintshire 10K, which I think is in October. Conway half maybe in end of November. I don't know, I have to try and think about that one because it's always cold and I don't mind doing the Great Orme, but it's a good race.
The Great Orme's quite a slog, isn't it?
Yeah. I
ran up that hill where the tram goes.
Oh, that is ill, that one, yeah.
Oh, my goodness me. That was...
Yeah, with the Conway half, it isn't quite so bad. Have you done Conway half?
I've not done the Conway half. I've run. I think I probably have run a lot of where the route goes because I remember seeing last year's and seeing pictures of it, and I thought, oh yes, I know there and I know there and I know there because it runs past the castle and down around the front, does it? Yeah,
you start at Conway Castle, you go through Deganwy along there into Llandudno, the church walks, I think, and then where the pier is, up the Orme. You go around the side of it instead of going up the very top of it where the tram is. You just go around the side. Yeah,
around that Marine Drive or whatever.
That's it. Yeah. You come down. I think it's like one of the richest housing roads in Wales.
I think that's the wise way to do it because I went over the top and then there's what's it called? Is it called the zigzag path? Comes down the other side.
Yes. Yeah. The thing is with that one, you're coming down that fast, you're racing down, your legs are like Mr. Ben, I'm
just waiting to just roll into a ball and just come down like a boulder.
Well, yeah, I mean, you get to the bottom and you're going back the way you came through Deganwy, and because you've gone down the Orme so fast, there's not much left in the tank for the last 3.5 miles going through Deganwy, which is fairly flat, but you could do the hill or downhill, uphill, and then when you get back to Conway, you've got the bridge to the castle. That little mound going up feels like Everest.
Yeah, I know. And
it's usually Baltic as well at that time of year.
The chap I run with, and I say, by gum, this hill's a bit steep, and he goes, what hill?
Yeah. But it's like, some of these, like around this area, you depending on how you feel, some days you could do no problem, then other days you're like, I'll walk this bit, I'll walk this bit.
Yeah,
and
then... there's no harm in walking.
No, so you're moving, aren't you? Still,
yeah, that's
still
it.
moving.
Yeah, I think people can get sort of locked into this, thinking that they have to be. They see the elite and they think that they have to be elite. You don't have to be.
No.
Just get out, enjoy it, and just enjoy the run for the pure love of running. Really.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Definitely. So if you're running if it's a steep hill, walk a bit.
Yeah. Well, doing the Conway, when you go up the Orme, the thing I liked about the Orme was you've got the hill going up, but then it does go down a bit, and then goes up. So you can get a bit of speed up on a little downhill bit. Run a bit uphill, and if it gets too fast, just walk, get your energy levels back. I do get asthma, which never ever affects my running, never, apart from the only time I ever get any problems when I'm running is when I'm on the Great Orme. It only ever happens at the Orme, and I don't know what it is. There's one particular point when you get to the highest point of the road around the Orme, the wind grabs you, and when the wind's blowing at you and you can't breathe, it's that. And I've had that a couple of times, and there's another one called the Nick Beer 10K, which they do up there, which is just basically the Orme along the prom, and it's a 10K, so you can really go for it there. You haven't got to do the run back to Conway. And you get to the top, and that's in February. So that's in February, Conway Half's in November. So they're both really cold times of year. And the wind, when it hits you there, sometimes I have to walk backwards on that bit, just so I'm out of the wind, take the inhaler, think about it, and then you go around the corner, and the downhill, no problem. But there are times when I've done that, and I've had a couple of minutes when it's been that little bit when it's scary, when you're taking the inhaler and think... You need to be able to breathe. Yeah. It's quite important. It is. It does help, doesn't it? But otherwise, that isn't normally a problem with running. Doesn't affect me. I mean, I know, doesn't affect me normally. I'm no doctor, but I believe it's supposed to be good for you, isn't it? The running is definitely
your lungs.
Definitely, yeah. It's been good for me because, like I say, if I do these loops around the village or go down to the coast or wherever, I know I'm not going to have any problems. And if I do struggle, I'll just stop and have a breather. Walk a bit. Look at this now. The sun's coming up. Yeah, beautiful, isn't it? The cows are being milked in there. So, yeah. Lovely spot. It's beautiful here. It's a nice spot. Come and grab a drink of milk here. Yeah. Anyway, I think we should get you running. Get ready. So you're going to run. You're going to come. You'll show us some of your local spots. Yeah. Bit of local knowledge. You can't beat a bit of local knowledge. No. And then I shall meet you at the other end, down at the coast. Yep. And then I'll bring you back. Yep. Be worn out by then. And I think I'll have a drive down to the coast, I think, and as I'm by the seaside, I'll have to go and sit on the beach, won't I? Definitely. Put your feet in the water. Right, let's get going then. Keep an eye out for that video when it comes out. It's going to be an absolute belter. I headed down to Prestatyn, so I'll leave you with the view of the beach. See you next time, folks.